Larry Libre Uncensored Podcast. We're doing a live stream right now. I think if you've ever heard the radio show, you've heard that I have been known to get a couple tickets here and there.
Yeah, a couple.
And
that's why he came on the podcast. He's giving so much business.
No, for sure. Okay, so like here's the thing. Like I completely admit the fact that I've been a little fast on 225, but it's like once those tickets stack up, it really can affect everything. And so right now in the studio is my lawyer Andrew. And Andrew, what is your firm?
Thanks a lot, Larry. Our firm is Sandomire and Schwartz.
Sandomire and Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with you. The Schwartz is good with this one. Okay, so get this. I'm just so glad that I met you anyway, because you're just a really great guy, and anybody I've ever sent to you just speaks amazing things about you. Not only the fact that you're a brilliant lawyer, but also the fact that you're just you're completely just somebody that you want to have a beer with, and we've had beers.
Ditto, Larry. You're the man. It's an honor and a privilege to be down here. Thank you.
Dude, thank you so much. I kind of feel that you're the KS 1075 morning show of lawyers, because a lot of times, obviously, with the tickets, it's a big revenue stream for the cities and stuff like that. So I more often than not, when they come and pull you over on 225, they only want to spend 1 minute with you because they're about to go get another speeder.
Exactly.
And sometimes
it's become part of the routine now.
Right. And they sometimes will even be like, oh, you're like, I don't know about where my insurance card is. Oh, okay, it's okay. Here's the ticket.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Right, exactly.
You're screwed either way.
Here's your $300 ticket. And this last ticket I got, this was so ironic because, on the radio show, a lot of times the topic is road rage and what pisses you off, this, that, the other. And we were talking about the inevitable. The number one thing is always slow people in the passing lane, how they're just clueless and they're sitting there driving 50 and there's 10 cars behind them and they don't know or give a fuck. So that is what happened to me as I'm coming home on 225. There's this big rig and he's going 60 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. He's got 10 cars behind him. So then I should have known better. I'm dumb. I admit that this is not the thing to do, but I was like, ooh, I'm going to go all the way around him. So I went to the far right lane and I'm past 10 cars going around all of them to get in front of this guy to give him the finger. And so I'm give him the finger, fuck you, holding up the passing lane. And then I zoom away. And then within seconds, a little white SUV is behind me. Red, blue, red, blue. And I'm like, it's not even a marked car.
And because I follow Larry right after he leaves the show and we come here and we do the podcast and everything, I see this cop as the car pulled over, and he's got a different car because of Larry Miller Nissan on it. So I'm not realizing it's his car. I just see the cop car and I'm like, what kind of cop is that? I wouldn't trust whatever cop that is if I got pulled over.
Right, exactly.
And Larry calls me. He's all, I got pulled over by this weird-looking cop car.
And I was going, obviously being blatant about it. So he was he came to the car and he was almost puzzled. He was like, you're speeding, right? And I was and I was so off guard. I was like, uh-huh. And then he's like, okay. And then he walked away. And I was like, shit, I should have said something. I should have fought harder or said something.
Does that work anymore?
Hell no, I wasn't speeding.
Yeah,
exactly.
Can you say that? Do you see more tickets written than not written anymore?
Yeah. I mean, basically with, the need to generate revenue and construction zones and safety and all that stuff. The most cops are, I hate to even admit this, they're decent guys.
Oh no, they are awesome.
Sure. Yeah,
I have tons of cop friends. I have tons of cop friends.
They are, but
they got a job. It's
their
job.
They have a job.
Yeah.
It's straight. So let me get this straight. I got a newer car, but my payment stays the same.
Kathy's commercial just kicked in.
I'm like, what in the world?
Hey,
that was soloed out right there.
Oh, okay.
That's all it was. No, I'm not recording over.
I know, but that's what session is that?
This is imaging.
Yeah. That's we can't record in that session.
Oh, how come?
Only because for whatever reason, each mic is completely different. So when I play it back, it's it's not right.
Oh no.
So yeah.
You still want me to save this though, right?
Yeah, save that, but because I can tweak with that, but just go to one of those other sessions or start a new one. Please don't say anything, as the plane is not flying by itself. No. What was the thing I was going to say? Oh, Well, I mean, we're still streaming.
Like
but
cops are good guys.
Yeah, no.
You know what
I mean, generally
they are.
They're doing their job, but they're going to write you a ticket.
Cops are awesome unless you're black, and then you have a racist cop.
Then you could have an issue.
Right. You know, that is like just a sad fact. But no. Like you know, the time before this when I had another ticket. And
how long have you been working for Larry now?
Larry's the client of the century.
Yeah.
Well, no,
we love Larry.
Here's the thing: the last
you got
ticket situation. Ticket? No, it had been a while since it's been a while since I was between both of them. But it was a wake up call because the last situation that I was in, they forced me to take a defensive driving course, and I've never
second to last one. Right,
no,
the second last case.
This is not this recent ticket.
Okay.
This is the one before.
Yeah.
And so I'd never been in the situation before where you had to, where somebody could tell you what to do. Like you are going to go to this building for these 2 days, and I was like outraged. I was like, I have to do this. I was like, and I was just like mad. And then I remember, well, one of the first things they did in that defensive driving course is everybody had to go around the room and say who they are and what they did. And I totally just didn't want to. So I was like, I'm Brian and I work in jewelry. And then like 3 people in the room were like looking at me like, you fucking liar. Like they knew who I was. So then I had to go, once they went all the way around, I was like, I have to fess up. I'm Larry and I'm a DJ. Because then I was like, they're going to think he's an asshole. Yeah, so that sucked. But what I was thankful for was because that wasn't a good situation that I was facing. And, you know, you are so good and connected. It's like you got to find a lawyer that knows everybody. It's like, you know, you can get some lawyer that goes down there that doesn't say hi to anybody, or you can get a lawyer that knows every judge that has hung out with other lawyers that, you know, like, hey, Molly at the front desk, you know what I mean? And that's Andrew.
That's awesome. That is part of it, Larry. You're right. It's
but that means being a good guy, though.
It's working your ass off for the client, but also being a good guy to the clerks,
right? Connected and saying knowing people's names,
because if someone's an asshole, I won't work with that guy again. You know what I mean?
Right?
It's like if they're a good guy and they make sure that they take care of you. It's like, I don't know. I couldn't do that job. I'd be because you have to go to court and you have to remember everything. And I freak out under pressure. I used to fail tests knowing the answer just because I would freak out. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much pressure right here. And it's like, you guys got to go up to court.
Yeah, we couldn't do what you do though. So
yeah, exactly.
Thank you guys.
Right. No. And everybody's like, you know, people that show up, first responders and, you know, ambulance, this guy is like, hey, come do a ride along. And I was like, okay, just don't take me to anything that's going to be
gruesome,
right?
Yeah,
yeah, because I mean those guys are okay with it, you know.
Yeah. Thank God. Just introduce Tom Mers in our office.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
He's a paralegal.
Nice.
Our office wouldn't run how it does without Tom and the rest of our support staff. So.
See, Tom, they tell you that so they don't have to give you a raise.
Every week.
No, but. Yeah, the fact that you guys were willing to come on the podcast and let people ask questions is pretty huge.
I think we actually have someone on the line, but if you have a problem and you're streaming right now, 303-377-2606, see if they're still there. Hello, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
What's your name?
My name is Lisa.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, we're just doing the Larry Uncensored stream, and we have my lawyer friend. I mean, I like to call him a friend, although... You know, we haven't really.
We're friends,
right? I know, but we haven't vacationed together yet.
Yeah,
but I'm sure that's just around the corner. You were just in Vegas.
I'm always in Vegas.
What's your question?
Okay, so my children's father has not been in the picture for about 1.5 years due to his girlfriend wanting the kids out of the picture. Well, now that they're not together, he wants to start up his visitations. Is that something that I have to comply with? Since he didn't go with the court order.
So tell me your name. Was it Lisa?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me your relation to the kids now.
Okay, so my children's father. So my son is 10.
Sure.
My daughter's 8.
Gotcha.
They've really never had a good relationship with their father.
Sure.
I kind of forced it on them because that is their dad. I went to court and made it to where he got visitations. He's supposed to see them twice a week.
Sure.
He doesn't comply with that. He's supposed to call them every night before 6 p.m. Doesn't comply with that.
Sure.
Now that he's single, it's convenient for him to have his kids in his life.
Sure.
What do I do?
Well, unfortunately, we see this way too often. The best advice I can give you is follow whatever the court order is.
Right, because it's almost like the person who follows the rules the closest to a T is favored.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whatever the order of the court is what you need to do. Judges hate to keep kids away from either parent unless there's a reason.
Right. They don't like to get caught up in when the parents are trying to play the kids against each other. And
that's exactly right.
Right.
I mean, my best overall advice, Lisa, is, be as cordial as you can. It sounds like you're the primary custodial parent and you're doing a great job, and just allow them liberal visitation.
And what if kids don't want to go? I mean, it's been over a year.
That's another issue. There's no, straight line rule as far as what age they can make that decision, but until they get to be 13, 14, usually that's when they can start deciding that.
Right. Like, I don't know a lot about your situation, but I mean, I could see how a mom would be like, hey, they don't want to go. Mm-hmm. But I think maybe in the bigger picture, you should look at it like, unless if the guy's a total loser that's on crack, it's like maybe you can encourage that relationship and it will blossom into something that allows you free time to go date whoever you want.
See, that's not even the issue. I've sat my kids down and said, look, this is your dad. Whatever problems we've had together, that's not your problem. Uh-huh. I need you guys to be willing to go and visit with him. And what he does is he picks them up, puts them on a playground, and then he starts texting and talking on the phone. So he's really not spending time.
Sure. What I would also say, Lisa, is, you got to sit down with him on a one-on-one and kind of explain that to him. Going back to the court at this point doesn't make sense. You got to see if you guys can work this out amongst yourselves.
And I have tried. I in the order, he's not allowed to call me or text me. It has to be email, because I was receiving about 100 calls a day, about 75 text messages.
Yikes!
It just got really bad. It was crazy. But my son has gotten to the point where, before he had stopped going with his dad, if he had to go, he would make himself sick, end up in the ER just so I would go pick him up.
Wow.
Wow. So he really doesn't want to hang with him. And part of that is probably the fact that he doesn't want to, actually spend real time with him or be interactive with them.
Mm-hmm. How old are the kids again?
My son is 10 and my daughter's 8.
Okay. I mean, they're getting to that age that they can start telling you where they want to spend their time, but it's still pretty young.
Well, and then if the court says he can see him, don't they they're kind of almost forced to go see him?
That's right.
Right. And that's what's really sad, because it makes my son sick.
Well, what you need is a hitman. That's a totally different show.
I'm kidding.
That,
but. Believe me, if there was a purge, I would support it.
You need Mike from Breaking Bad. He handles these things.
I just want him to be a good man. I mean, the next relationship he gets in, if she doesn't want the kids around again, is it going to be another year and a half? My kids aren't a yo-yo. You can't pick and choose when you want to be daddy and then expect them to be accepting.
Well, hopefully just in the long term, like you said, if you can do what Andrew said and just tough it out and figure this out between each other instead of always running to the judge because they hate that, maybe just time will be what makes this work. Maybe he matures and gets a better,
it's so sad, Larry. He's almost 50 years old.
Ooh, okay, yeah, he ain't gonna change.
Yeah,
girl, you need that hitman. Larry Hilleberry does not really endorse a hitman.
Let me, if I can, Larry, I'll give our office number.
Absolutely,
I have no problem, talking to you off the air, Lisa, and whoever else.
Would be wonderful.
It's 303-863-9398. And we don't do a whole lot of family law anymore, but I'd be happy to refer you to somebody or even just talk to you about it.
That would be wonderful. I just want what's right for the kids. I'm not trying to keep him away from his kids, but it's mentally affecting them.
Right. You can't make him be a decent dad.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, 75 texts a day, that's a little.
Well, that's obsessive. And like that, like, there's just people that live amongst us that are looking for a fight constantly.
Yeah.
They want to road rage. They want to take this on. And a lot of times it's because they don't have a life. So this is excitement to them. This is their, TV.
Escapism.
Yep, exactly. And, and I tell them, the amount of effort you put into me should put into your children. What we had is gone. We can be friends because we have to be for the kids, and it would make it a lot easier for them. But, you're not willing to invest into your children.
Right. He's just looking for the next hoe.
Hey there.
Right on. Well, thanks for calling.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll be calling your office.
Yeah.
Good luck.
It's Sandomire and Schwartz is. Did I say that right?
Sandomire
and Schwartz.
You're bringing back
Sandomire.
bad childhood memories. Real bad childhood memories.
Yeah, I'm all sodomy and Schwartz.
Sodomy and your shorts.
Right, sodomy and the shorts.
Oh man.
So you guys mainly do.
We do mainly personal injury work, auto accidents, slip and falls, workers' compensation, social security, disability, obviously traffic, and some criminal defense stuff.
Oh, okay. So when the slip and fall stuff, a lot of times I'd imagine that somebody really did slip and fall, but I have relatives that slip and fall all the time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But I was thinking, is that your second job? Because that's brilliant. You should fall a lot. But no. What I think is crazy is that a lot of times when somebody is in a small accident or something, they kind of just shrug it off and be like, it's cool. And then later on, they're all busted up and their back's never the same. And they could have or should have done something about it.
You're absolutely right. That I see that more than anything is people that get into a fender bender and then 3 months later, after they'd settled for some nominal amount, $500,
right?
They go, I need to go back and see a doctor, and it's too late.
Right,
It's
because
done deal.
Yeah, it's done. You're settled.
Right, because everything is connected to your you hurt your back, it affects everything else. So it's people don't realize that, and then I think that right when the accident happens, you're kind of in shock, so you have extra adrenaline to shake it off, and you don't even know.
That's exactly right.
See, I could have been a lawyer.
Come join us.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of bookwork to that, though.
Yeah. Well, it's the court. I wouldn't be. You got to be on time every single day, and you got to know your rules. And because I wouldn't want to lose a case for someone else. That would be the.
Oh my God,
so dude! It's I'm sorry, you're going to jail for 6 months because I didn't know my facts.
No, you would have already been arrested a couple times for contempt of court. You're you can't talk to the judge like that.
This is true.
So yeah, with the the increase of red light cameras, are you finding that people just automatically just pay those because they think, okay, I got that? Can you fight a camera ticket or
you know what, you can fight any ticket, but generally those tickets, people do just pay them, Larry.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you're going to end up having to pay it.
Right.
I mean, that's.
But is what else you're charged with, or what? How many?
Well, no. You get a lot of people when we do that topic that say, "Oh, there's a technicality that you don't have to pay them."
Serve you and all that stuff.
Right, for sure.
But you're going to end up paying it.
Right, because they affect your credit.
Mm-hmm.
So they may not have been able to put it on your points or whatever, but once you look at your credit score, you're like, "What the hell is this?"
Pretty much right.
Right.
See,
I could have been a lawyer.
You could have been a lawyer. Yes.
Larry's Law.
It's basically.
I'm not trying to make you nervous, dude. I'm not trying to take your job. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm kidding.
It's pay now or pay a lot more later.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, yeah. So it's it would make sense for if the camera caught you in that moment, in that instant, and they have a picture of it, it would be hard to fight it because there it is.
Yeah. My advice is flip the camera off.
Yeah, right.
I'm all
right.
covering my eyes.
How about the ones that go off where then the wife opens it and he's in the car with some other lady?
Oh, yeah,
that's wow. Good. See, that's a whole nother legal battle. That's
right. You should have just had her duck.
She was ducking.
I wanted to take a van and paint it and just like a photo radar van, and then have a bunch of people swoop in and put a parachute over it and put it on the tow truck and throw it off a cliff and that video would be so viral.
That would be sick.
Yeah, but then somebody's gonna be like, "That was probably a real cop," and they'll trace it to me, and I'll be like, "It was a joke."
Larry's Law. At least you would have great commercials for your law firm.
Yeah. So, like, what is? How do you guys market the firm? Like, do you guys need to, or do you just
word of mouth?
Word of mouth is the biggest way, Larry.
Okay.
Thankfully, people like yourself that are
get in trouble,
get in trouble, that are trusted, honest people that tell their friends.
Oh, nice.
That's the absolute best way is word of mouth.
You know what's funny is you helped Kathy's friend so much that Kathy goes on and on about you. She's just like, "Oh, he's so awesome, and I love him," and blah blah blah. I was like, "You haven't even hung out with him." She's like, "I know, I totally need to."
Foot, man.
Oh yeah,
I'm scared getting in the car with her. I used to freak out in her little Jeep Liberty.
Oh no, she's the reason why you hold that handle.
Oh yeah, dude.
I hold it the whole time I'm in the car with her.
I remember transmission went out, and I was like, I know why.
Right. Well, you know what? We'd like to see, like doing something like this. I wanted to definitely have you on the show too, just to get your name out there. What does that mean? Just to get your name out.
Did you just get beamed up, Larry, to another ship? What happened?
Just to get your name out there because, and like you can always use like new clients.
Absolutely.
And yeah, for sure.
Because you always see the stereotypical like law commercials. It's like we can make that.
We're boring, and boring.
Yeah.
And come see us when we're bored. Like, but no, like we would like to work with you in the future, get you on the side or whatever, and see what we can do to build, some stuff around your social networking. And I think that one of the other things that we do is we make like funny videos. So like if we make Instagram videos or if we make Facebook videos, like I think that kind of content is invaluable for any business that's on social media, because if somebody went out of their way to like your page or your restaurant or your law firm, like that's a big deal, because not a lot of people. I mean, do you have any restaurants that you've liked or law firms that you're currently following? No. Right. So it's a big deal when somebody does, and then you need to like kind of foster that relationship and have a relationship with them. Do you guys have a big social media presence?
First off, Larry, we're just really appreciative you're giving us this opportunity.
For sure.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Social media, we're pretty old school.
Okay.
We're very old school.
Well, we're bringing you in.
Yeah, there's things we can do. It's so crazy because with social media, you really have access to people directly that need help right away. It's not like oh well, maybe they'll call me or hear from a friend. It's like you can go find a tweet right now that says someone just got a ticket, and you're like, hey, I got you.
We're starting to come around.
Yeah,
and we appreciate this.
Yeah, no worries.
No, for sure. And like
I appreciate you defending me when I create a bunch of illegal activities in future dates.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
Yeah, that's a key word.
Well, and then have you seen a lot of like pot cases since you guys?
You know what, we have, Larry, my business partner Gabe has represented a lot of dispensaries.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people accused of pot related crimes, which are starting to skyrocket right now.
Well, yeah, because like there's so many different rules and that like all the dispensaries had to do things by a certain way. And so I can imagine there's a lot of people in the gray areas or people that didn't file the right paperwork, or
there's a ton of that, Larry.
Yeah.
The other is, obviously with DUIDs,
right, driving dirty,
where you get stopped, and it's at this point, there's no real test. It's, the cops' word.
Presumption,
right.
Yeah.
Well, and like, we've tried to be spread the word on that, because it's like you could be as careful and a good driver as you think you are, but you're going to get tripped up by the idiot that hit you.
Yep.
And now the cops are there and they're like, oh, hey, wait, it kind of smells like pot. Now you didn't even cause the accident, but they're going to test you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly right. If you give them
I could have been alert.
You should have been, Larry. If you give them probable cause and you're not even at fault, you could get pot.
That's kind of messed up. And people really have to consider that, because, like it's weird for us here in Colorado, because we're the first to have it, but it's been around for a long time, so it's nothing new. But like I would use as an example, like when you go to concerts, for years you've been able to go to concerts and smell it and smoke it right in front of the guy with his arms folded in the yellow jacket.
Even that was like taboo,
right? But nobody cared. So like the police mentality to a certain degree is like, hey, as long as you guys are in control, we won't make an issue of it. But now that we are the example state. Now they're going to really come down hard on people that are driving dirty, and they're going to do like a weird,
or blame us for the responsibility of because someone was drunk and had pot in their system and got a horrible wreck, and it's like, oh, it's all because of the pot.
Right. They're just waiting for that.
Yeah, we're definitely finding a lot more in DUID work.
Right. And they're not messing around with DUIs. Like the first ones are an immediate like $10,000 screw over.
It's something you want to definitely avoid.
And they changed the law now, right?
It's every year it's getting worse.
Like but isn't it like you get busted for your second DUI?
Well, they just signed into law that after 3 it's a felony. Which that's
right. Well, and then that's why I always try to like say that we need to go back to old times where cops would let you go behind a warehouse and give them a blowjob to get out of stuff. It's not like that anymore. You know what I mean?
No,
they're expensive too. Some people, it costs less money to rent a helicopter to take you home.
Jesus, you're right.
The hoops and strings of the DUI, court costs,
right?
Breathalyzer, lawyer,
absolutely, and them cutting into your regular stuff that you have to do, insane. Do you got a call? Go ahead, pick it up.
Hef. Yeah, let's see. Thank you, Hef. Hello.
Hey, who's this?
This is Abel.
Abel, you got a question for Andrew?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
No, I just saw this ad about free legal advice.
Yeah. Well, it's my podcast, and I have my attorney in house, and he can hopefully answer any question you got.
Go ahead, Abel.
Okay. Now I was just because I'm a medical patient. Weed.
Sure.
So I didn't know if there's some way, because my probation basically says I cannot smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a problem we're also seeing, Abel, is whatever. I mean, the Supreme Court just ruled that you could be terminated for being a medical patient if your employer has a policy against it.
Right, no protection for you.
And that basically applies to even more so to probation. If they say no drugs or alcohol, it doesn't matter if it's medical or not.
Yeah, it's so weird that they will let you to get all the pharmaceuticals you want, because those people have billions of dollars. And they've been established for so long, but the government doesn't mind if you get hooked on legal drugs. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, is that they're pumping me with a bunch of pills, and I don't want pills. It's actually fucking me up more. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I've heard that from several people, and let's face it, it's like weed is an herb that grows on Earth, and it's already proven to help people in several different ways. And the fact that, when you get on pharmaceuticals, that's why I was always so leery of friends that are like, I'm wondering if I should take an antidepressant or should I start taking these? And it's like, no, because
it's destroying you on the inside. It's
right. I know, but you can't really say, I mean, there are some people that are really helped by prescription drugs.
That's true.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm like with you,
but it's easy to get addicted to, man. Like, once you start taking those, it really becomes like a bad habit for some people.
I know, but you're already in trouble with the law, so you of anybody really can't smoke.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is, I mean, I feel like crap when I take that medicine, so I'm not even taking my medicine, because of it. So
sure,
I'm kind of shit out of luck right now.
Yeah, you're like those 2 New York convicts that escaped. You better run to Canada, bro.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Abel, there's not much you can do when you're on probation as far as medical stuff.
Yeah, and look at it this way, like,
why do I keep hearing 2 voices?
There's a bunch of us in here, dude.
Oh, okay.
He's all, I'm hearing voices. It's because you're on drugs.
You really need to stop taking those.
He's all, is my probation officer listening?
I was going to say, look at it this way. You could have the top 3 doctors in Colorado tell your PO you need weed and not pharmaceuticals, but your PO is not going to risk their job over it.
Right. And until marijuana is across the whole country, then they can start dissecting those issues. because in reality, it really should be treated like alcohol. But, alcohol has a head start. It was in Jesus' time. So they've had a pretty good lead in to, work themselves into the system. But, as a person who endorses a liquor and is the owner of a liquor company, I say everything in moderation.
Hey, hold on just a second, man. Hold on. Hey, hold on just a second. We'll be right with you. Okay, we're back to him.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, dude. Well, so, you got to keep your nose clean. It just sucks that you're in the situation. You're under scrutiny. You got to go by the book and clean up your record so you can have freedom again. And until you get off of, all the things that they have you on. And to them, you're just a paying customer who has to pay these fees and has to pay for your piss test. And so you just got to try to just keep your nose clean.
Just jump through the hoops and you'll be out of it before you know it.
All right.
Well, good luck, man.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, man. Well, thank you.
We need to bill you for this advice. That was like $500.
Give me your address.
Thanks, buddy. All right, bye.
See ya.
Larry
Hello?
Uncensored, who's this?
Yeah, my name is Alex Bolton.
Alex, and do you have a legal question for my lawyer?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
So essentially, long story short, I purchased a car. I just want to know if I have a case. So I purchased a used car, and then 4 months later, the turbo goes out and destroys the engine. And this is all through no fault of my own. And I go back to the dealership, which is a reputable dealership, hoping that they would do the right thing. And since the car is completely destroyed within 4 months, I paid 3 payments on it. And then the repairs are starting at like $7,500, around up to like $10,000.
Yikes.
And again, I just bought the car.
What kind of car is it?
It's a 2006 Super Legacy GT.
Oh, those are dope.
Well, the short answer, Alex, is you probably have a claim. The long answer is it probably doesn't make sense to pursue it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So,
Like, in other words, you'll pay more in lawyer's fees trying to get it them
Well,
than you would
that's one issue, but they also have defenses that
we'll drag it out.
We sold you a car that was in decent shape. It's, you're just SOL. It
Yeah.
wasn't our fault.
Yeah, they know how to cover their bases. They've been in business a while.
Yeah. We've
Yeah,
had
I
this
didn't
come
know
up a lot, but
yeah, and I just didn't know because they did tell me that the turbo was fine when I asked about it upon purchase.
Oh, man, they'll tell you anything.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Well, and then I read the terms too, and it's like, yeah, we can essentially say anything we want. It's not responsible.
So what did they say when you talked to them? Did they say there's nothing we can do? Or?
They just essentially they mulled it over for a month. They were in contact with Subaru, and then because it was Infinity that sold it to me used as is, so that was my fault. But they kind of sold the car as, this is top notch. So
The only thing you can do in this situation, and correct me if I'm wrong, is start to date the general manager's daughter.
Only if she's hot.
Right? No. Especially if she's hideous, because then she'll be like, "Daddy, do what he says."
Have you bought from this dealership before?
Yeah. I'm sorry, what?
Have you purchased a car from this dealership before?
No, I haven't.
Well, I can tell you this, Alex. I gave our number out. I'll give it again. I have no problem, talking to you off air and maybe writing a letter to these folks. We've
See how good he is.
I'm good.
That's
how.
We've done this in the past, and sometimes it gets us somewhere. But
Right, because I'm sorry, getting a letter
let's see.
on letterhead from an attorney is a little different than somebody that's downstairs complaining.
No,
Well, then I have a letter for you to write.
I'm charging you double.
Well, yeah, give him what's your
I'll
number?
give our number again: 303-863-9398. Okay. And feel free to ask for Andrew.
All right, Andrew. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Right on, man.
Hey,
We
good luck,
appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Yeah, that sucks when you're just like, you already paid a bunch of money and now they're telling you to pay a bunch of money to fix it. You know what I mean?
Oh, we got another call right here. Hello?
Hello,
Larry Uncensored, who's this?
my name is Anna.
Anna, do you have a question for my attorney?
I may have 2 questions, but one's fine, I guess.
Okay.
You can have as many as you want. You've got the same name as my sister.
You climb the mountain. You just get one
Yeah.
question.
Right. You buy one, you get the second half off.
This isn't my
Okay.
sister, Anna, is it?
Go ahead.
All right. So my first one is my ex and I just broke up, and he just moved out, but we signed a pretty much a room rental agreement that he would help me pay the monthly bills and stuff, and he never helped me pay for anything. So I was thinking of taking him to small claims court for it. So I was wondering if my lease would hold.
Yeah, I would say that your best option is take him to small claims. Who's on the lease?
Him and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, whoever the lessee is, the landlord, they don't care who they get the money from. Both of you are on there, so.
Well, it's my house, and he moved in with me, so I made him sign it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a landlord. Yeah. And he was a tenant.
Yeah, you need.
Oh, is that what you guys did when you role played, huh? Yeah, you don't have any rent, and you're a naughty boy.
Your best option is either kick his butt or go to small claims court.
Okay. The other thing is, I was gonna let it go, but he decided to post not so nice things on Facebook, and he blocked me first, but my friend was able to see it, and we were able to copy it and make a print copy of it before he deleted it, even though a lot of people saw it. So is there any way I have a case for
slander
defamation, or just
maybe? I mean, you might have a case, but those are tough.
What did he say? What was the post?
Pretty much, they called me moneybags in an ATM, and that he was basically using me. And
what a dick!
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Larry. He's
they called me crazy, and
well, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's give him that.
That's true. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it doesn't make sense to just blow it off and don't talk to this cat again.
Right. Sometimes it's better to take the high road, and just so you can get them behind you. But, you know, I've seen enough people on Judge Judy. If you really got your shit together, you can go in there and prove your point. But, you know, is it worth it? You know?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I mean, I guess talking to his niece last night, he does this to pretty much all the girls that like break up with him, kind of thing, because he's a douchebag. And so he goes and slanters me. Yeah. He slanters them, saying that it's their fault and not his, kind of thing. So part of me was like, I don't want to take his road and post anything on Facebook because he won't see it anyway. But part of me is like, even if I go to claims court and nothing comes of it, it would be maybe a lesson to him that he needs to be careful who he messes with.
Yeah, I mean, that's what that's like a lot of times that's what you want. You know, you want that because that's how you played it out in your head. But it's like, sometimes if you just let it go, karma will get him anyway. Like, he's going to end up with some miserable chick, and he's going to get herpes, and we already know how his life's going to play out.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have all my receipts and everything. I just wasn't sure if, you know, going and doing this.
Yeah, I would pursue definitely pursue the landlord tenant option.
Okay.
If he owes you money, go to small claims.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I do have all that. The other thing is, someone told me I can ask the sheriffs to deliver the summons.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah, he can do the process serve, and also maybe a civil assist if he has stuff in the house that he's trying to get out.
Which you're all excited about, just so some man in a uniform hands him like, you're in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's already have some legal issues, and he missed his court appointment, so I know right now he has a warrant for his arrest.
Oh, nice. That's always good.
Yeah. So, so then the best bet is to just tell him to the summons to his job, because I have his job's address and I have
it. Is it in Denver, Anna?
No, his job's in Commerce City, and I'm in Thornton.
Where do you live though?
I'm in Thornton, so it'll be Adams.
Okay, so call the Adams Sheriff Department. Tell them you need a process serve.
And they're like, great, we have to drive to stinky Commerce City.
And you may want to mention, oh, by the way, I think he's got a warrant, and they'll like that.
Right, and then say, and I'm pretty sure he's trying to join ISIS.
He's got a Confederate flag, too.
Right. You know that Rachel Dolezal, that pretend black lady's living with him.
Right, yeah, no, because we kind of, like, when we broke up, we made an agreement Well, he kind of said, okay, he bought a bed and a TV, and I said, we can call it even if you just leave the stuff, and he's all like, fine. But then the next day when I left to go to work, he just moved everything out, and I just caught a glimpse of it on my camera. So I was like, okay, he took everything.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, go get him, and then you could even email the Judge Judy people, because they fly people in there all the time.
And they give you money for that.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but if you don't have your receipts, Judge Judy ain't having
it. Right. No, I've seen Judge Judy. Yeah, I've seen her. No, I have all my receipts and all my notes. Yeah, I have it all.
She don't like when you try to hand her extra shit she don't need either. Like, I don't need to see this shit.
Yeah. And make sure whatever witness is with you that they're there, so it's not hearsay. She really gets mad about that.
Yeah, no, most of them, yeah, no. So okay.
All right. Well, thanks for calling.
Thank you, Anna.
All right, thank you. I'm so glad I saw the post. Thanks.
Of course.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Again, that's Sandomire and Schwartz.
Thank you.
I said it right.
There you go. Right. And you can go check out their website, sanslaw.us.
Right, and this will be part of our next episode. Our next podcast is coming out here within probably in today or tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you're just streaming and you need something, just hit us up.
I do. I watch it all. I listen to it all the time.
Right on.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. All right, bye.
Larry Uncensored, who's this?
Caller, are you there?
Hello. There we go.
Larry Uncensored, who's this?
Go on, this is Mondo.
Mondo, do you have a question for my lawyer?
I do.
Okay, Andrew, this is...
Hey, Mondo. How are
Mondo.
you, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing today?
Good. What's going on?
Good. So my question is, I'm going through a dissolution of marriage. I think it was like the easiest thing for both of us and the most fastest. And her papers have been filed on her end, and I haven't made it a priority to do it on my end. I just wanted to see how long I have to wait, or how long, if I have a deadline at all, to get those filed in.
Is there any court dates that are pending that you know of?
I think I received a letter yesterday or the day before, and it's for a scheduled. It said it was filed electronically and a date was set, but
okay.
You know.
Do you know what the date is?
I mean,
the short answer, Mondo, is in divorce type cases or any family law, deadlines are important, but they're not going to throw a case out for missing a deadline. I mean, you're dealing with enough stuff. So if there's a court date coming up, I'd make sure you get everything filed before that if the judge ordered it. And there are certain things you have to file, like the financial affidavit. That's, if there's child support worksheet stuff.
Yeah, it's like, this is what I would say to everybody. It's so important to like have an attorney. I mean, you can definitely go your own route, but it's like, the thing is, the person who has everything done right wins. And so that doesn't even mean like there could be somebody that's like the asshole in the situation, but because they filed everything properly and you forgot a couple things, all of a sudden now you take it in the shorts and they're the asshole. So, I mean, it's a lot to deal with regular life and having bills and job and kids. So that's why lawyers exist, and that's why they make a living, because they help you in situations like this where you think, oh, well, I'll just go and tough it out.
Take it to the chin.
Right. Or you think you're going to go in there and catch a judge on a good day, and it doesn't work like that.
Did you find a date, Mondo, on the
it's the 28th of this month.
Okay, so what that probably is the initial status conference. At that point, the judge or magistrate or court facilitator is going to actually give you all the deadlines. So just make sure you're there for that date.
So here's another aspect of the situation. I'm looking at it, and I hope it doesn't seem rude or anything, but we've been separated for about 2 years now, and these papers are finally, the ball started rolling, and she's in a relationship, and I've been in relationships, and the reason she wants to get it all settled up is she wants to remarry. She's pregnant again, or she's pregnant. Now, I thought it would be hilarious to wait like 6 months or 7 months, and she's like really, really pregnant. And then
I like where this is going already.
Great minds think alike.
I mean,
you're like, what are you gonna do? Waddle to court?
sweaty and hungry and cranky and in a wedding dress.
Cranky. The water just broke.
You're like, Judge, I want 5 paternity tests.
Right.
and I'm not doing it to be mean or vindictive. I just know her, and I would find it hilarious that she would be so uncomfortable on the best day of her life.
I like it.
Oh, shit.
Wow, you're funny, dude.
So yes, you can do that.
Okay.
We endorse that.
Amazing. Well,
Good
I
luck,
appreciate
Mondo.
you guys. I thank you for your help, and thank you for the advice.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot, man.
Have a good one, man. No worries.
So what are situations where people think that it's okay to forego a lawyer and then they take it in the shorts because they didn't? Probably murder.
Almost any, Larry, but the main one, because it's our main practice, is a lot of auto accident stuff where people do it on their own all the time. But my advice, if you're ever in a car accident, slip and fall, any kind of personal injury situation, consult a lawyer. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Consult a lawyer. You're going to hear from the insurance adjusters. They're just going to take money out of your pocket. You don't need a lawyer. I'll be fair.
Right.
Here's some money. You should just settle. I'm going to pay your bills. Consult a lawyer.
There was not that I have an issue or anything, but no, this wasn't my fault. I was going down Lincoln into town from I-25, and that Lincoln isn't one straight street. It kind of does this a lot. It goes left, it goes right. And so if you're not paying attention, so this woman was not paying attention, and she just literally sideswiped me, and I was like, whoa. And we pulled over, and she was all, oh, I'm so sorry, and I wasn't paying attention. And she was super nice. And so then we exchanged information. Well, fast forward a couple of days, and I know this happens all the time. She probably got yelled at by her husband, and I don't know what her insurance said, but then all of a sudden she was changing her story, well, maybe it wasn't my fault,
That happens all the time.
Right. And my insurance guy was awesome because he already had taped their first conversation, which was, oh, I'm so sorry, I wasn't paying attention, I'm an idiot. So when she tried to switch it, he played that for her, and she was like, oops. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, I would imagine a lot of people try to change their stories.
Oh, absolutely.
All the time.
You're right.
Right. And sometimes that can end up costing you, you're getting your ride fixed or something like that.
No, that's absolutely true. I mean,
right.
The bottom line is if you're ever in an accident, just like you just brought up, Larry, even if you are at fault, don't admit it.
Right.
I mean, that's from the defense side.
Right. That's the 101.
Don't ever make an admission.
Right. Yeah. And that's something that a lot of people get real chatty, or they get all nervous, and then the cop shows up and they're going, I totally did it. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. It's like, shut up, you.
Hello, Larry Uncensored.
You there?
Yeah. Who's this?
Hi, my name is David.
David, you got a question?
Yeah, I have a law question. Hey, I got a petty offense for cursing in the mean streets of Arvada, Colorado.
I used to live up there.
Yeah, I got
streets.
into it with I got into an argument with an owner of one of the businesses that was a former landlord / boss. So I did say the F word, but who doesn't cuss in public? But It's been 5 years. Is that a sealable thing?
It depends. Did you do you remember if you pled it out, or it was a deferred?
Pled it. Yeah, it was
Was it a deferred judgment, or what happened?
No, it was a probation thing. It was 6 months. I was reading somewhere that they had a Colorado revised statute after 3 years, it could be possibly sealed. I just wasn't sure.
Off the top of my head, I think for a petty, it depends on what you pled it down to. It sounds like it was probably a deferred judgment where it falls off.
Yeah,
so
it was a disorderly conduct petty offense.
Yeah, you probably can seal that. And
okay.
I can walk you through it if you give us a call at the office.
Okay, what's your office number?
303-863-9398.
Okay, thanks. I will give you guys a call.
So you literally got in trouble for saying a cuss word?
Yeah, man, because I was working for this guy. I won't say his name because
he's a fucktard.
Well, he's a very rich man who likes to use the judicial system as a playground.
All right, it's like Donald Trump. Yeah. I'm going to sue Univision. The losers. I'm a winner.
Yeah, so he did the whole thing. I actually recorded him. I was a boss for him, and I hired this guy who just happened to be a human being, but was black,
but I thought he had a great resume, so I hired him. But I had recorded him in a meeting where he was like, he's like, if you hire this African in Arvada, that puts my business on the cutting edge. That's not a racist thing. So pretty much after that, I quit. I was just like, I'm done. And so I turned in my keys, did all that stuff, and I left. Then next thing I know, I'm locked out of my apartment. There's a check for $0. And, he said, I'm going to be your final undoing. And that's when I was like, fuck you, you racist prick.
So you called Andrew Sandomire.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look at what a dick that guy is, because he was waiting for you to say something so then he could be like, now I got him on something.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I had called Arvada PD like 15 times because he called me over 90 times in a row after I had quit.
Whoa.
And I said, look, man, this is harassment. They said he hasn't threatened you. And they basically were like, we highly doubt that this business owner would act this way in Arvada. That's the impression that I got.
Because he's got a reputation.
Right, everybody knows him. He greases the wheels.
He's the guy from Breaking Bad. He's
the one who knocks.
Yeah.
He's definitely that guy. He is that guy. But yeah, hey, man, thanks for your guys' time. And
For sure,
I'll
man.
definitely give you a call.
Good
Have a great one.
Thanks for hitting us up, man. Yeah, that was crazy.
Hello?
Larry Uncensored, who's this?
Are you there? Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that's crazy. It's like he really is. What was that guy's name from Breaking Bad? The one that got blown up.
Oh, Gustavo.
Gustavo, yeah, that's really what he was. He has his connections in the in the community, in the Arvada community.
Well, and that's a perfect example to show you that, like if somebody knows the law or knows that they can get an attorney, they can fuck you over. And look at this guy. It's years later, and he's trying to get that thing off his record.
For cussing.
Right. It's like you're almost better off lunging over the desk and punching the guy. At least getting one in.
Jeez, Larry's Law.
I like it.
I should have been a hitman.
I love that.
And then defended yourself in court.
So what are because, since you are a lawyer, do you get the... when somebody's a doctor, everybody's asking them for medical advice. Do you kind of get that a lot from your family and friends?
All the time. And friends and family are, no offense if any of them are listening, they're the worst clients ever. A, they don't pay.
Right, they're hoping this is a favor.
B, they call you on your cell phone at any hour of the day.
Right, because you're friends.
And C, they want answers immediately.
When
you're doing...
Right, for sure. They're like, my case is the most important.
Yes. Exactly.
Meanwhile, you're like defending like somebody who's up for murder.
It happens all the time.
Now, when you see cases in the media or, like local or national cases, do you ever sit there and go, well, this is what I would do? And then the person that's doing it does like something completely the opposite. I mean, do you ever try to Monday morning quarterback?
A little bit. I mean, that Aurora Theater trial.
Right.
I mean, that's the big topic obviously right now.
Right.
And one thing I just found interesting is I haven't been following it that close, but the DA in Arapahoe ended up tweeting. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I saw something. What did he tweet?
He tweeted something to the effect of, this is why the defendant deserves the death penalty.
Oh, okay.
Which is extremely prejudicial.
Yeah. Right. So you're like, what are you thinking?
You can't give that. You're supposed to be.
No, I mean, he's the DA. He's defending the rights of the people, but just kind of interjecting his own personal thoughts is just a no-no.
On Twitter, no less. Like, it'd be one thing if it was an email or something to your friend.
Exactly.
Is there any advice that you'd give somebody who's trying to get out of jury duty?
Yes, you're completely racist. You hate everybody.
Go in hungover.
Right. Or wearing a total head-to-toe Darth Vader costume.
Hello?
Pull out your lights here.
Who's this?
This is Tanisha.
Tanisha, do you have a question for the lawyer?
Yes.
All right, Andrew's on the line. Go ahead and ask.
Hi, Tanisha. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm fine. I have a question. My question is, I subsequently lost my son June 10th. He was 10 years old, accidental hanging, and a pastor. On that, he died on the 10th, which was Wednesday, and a pastor preached his service about my son on that Sunday with his own opinion about why my baby was dead, including passing around a picture of my son so that his church know exactly who he was talking about.
Well, we're terribly... Tanisha, first off, we're obviously, all of us are terribly sorry to hear about
Yeah,
your son. I mean,
that's really tough.
It's terrible. But I kind of see where your question's going. This is the pastor of your church, or?
No, not at all. It's a church we attended years ago.
So all of a sudden, he just decided to work this topic into his sermon?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, this sounds extremely odd to me.
Right. It sounds like way out of line. And so, and then he was saying things that weren't obviously a good thing, that he was like kind of spreading his version, or kind of like his lies.
Yeah. He said that my mother left his church and took my son out of the church, and that's why my son was dead.
Oh, yikes.
Well, it unfortunately it crosses kind of a First Amendment area where he's a pastor. I mean, he's giving his views, whether they're right, wrong, or indifferent. It's going to be hard to really pursue anything on that end, in my opinion.
You might have to just wait for good old fashioned karma to come around, you know?
Yeah.
We're just terribly sorry to hear.
Right. And at this point, it's not legally sound for me to offer a blanket party for this guy, but we should talk off the air.
There you go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like it sucks because you were already
going through a traumatic
right,
situation.
exactly,
and
and
took it to another level.
Right, and somebody that's in his position, he's supposed to be doing the opposite. He's supposed to be comforting you. He's not supposed to be hearsay and speculative.
The other thing, Tanisha, that I will add at this point is I'm giving my opinion, but consult other attorneys if you so desire, and I'd advise it. Call around, but in my opinion, it'd be too tough to pursue.
You think so?
Yes.
I mean, it's like defamation.
Well, that'd be the claim.
That wasn't that.
That would be Tanisha, that'd be the potential claim. In my opinion, it'd be too difficult to pursue. But call some other lawyers and seek some advice.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no lawyer, but I play one on television. No, but I mean, like, for what it's worth, I mean, maybe like, just look past it, or like, in other words, try to move past it.
Yeah.
And I know that's hard, but I mean, it's like, it's going to drain you of, your energy and, the energy that you're using to grieve the loss of your son. So I don't know. I mean, people talk, and I'm never surprised what people will say and how rude people can be. And it's like, all you need to do is look at any kind of form of social media, and you can post something about, somebody needing help. The next thing you know, somebody's using racist terms or calling the person fat, or, it's just crazy. And, that was just like, I would write a letter to his boss. I mean, he has a boss. There's somebody that,
very true.
Runs that church, or, governs that church.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had the energy, but
I think Larry brings up a great point, though. Like, go find out who's in charge of his past, I guess, like his church, and go tell them what he did. And I mean, anyone who believes in God or is religious like that, in some capacity, has to have a heart about the situation. And that guy just needs some kind of repercussions for that. And it's just super sad.
Sure.
I mean, I was so angry. I'm so hurt and angry.
Sure.
That I was going to go to church. Yeah. We were going to go to church, his church, and sit front row and ask him, since you know so much about my son, how about you tell me that you know so much?
Yeah, I mean,
I can't do anything. I want to confront him. If he had no right.
No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
Well, maybe if you let it be known what your feelings are, maybe you'll find an ally over there. Somebody that will either try to right the situation, or at least let him know he was out of line.
Well, thank you guys, Larry. I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Stay up, okay?
Stay strong. Good luck.
Thank you guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, that's a sad situation.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Larry Uncensored.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Who's this?
Tim.
Tim, you got a question for Andrew?
Yes. We just bought a van about a month ago, and we took it in to get an inspection done on it. And come to find out, our transfer case is leaking. and they think it's going to be about $4,000 to replace. Is there any way we can take it back to the dealership, even though we don't have a warranty, and have them fix it?
Well, Tim, the caller a couple calls ago had a similar situation. You can absolutely take it back there, fix it. Demand they fix it, but if there's no warranty, it's going to be real hard to get any kind of remedy from the dealer.
Okay, yeah, that's what we're trying to do right now. We just took it there today, but we don't have an answer from them yet. But we were just trying to figure out if we have anything that we can do about it.
Yeah, like sometimes without a warranty, you're kind of screwed. But like sometimes, like to stand out and not be that second, like or third or fourth customer that they've dealt with this situation this week, like maybe you could go kind of kill them with kindness, and depending on, if they're going to play nice or whatever, a lot of times they won't. But I mean, if you can go kill them with kindness and
it's true. What Larry's saying is actually true, Tim, is a lot of times if you try not to pursue, any kind of legal action, they'll make it right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, for sure.
Or try to.
Right. And if you approach them the right way, if you approach them with like, I'm going to get my attorney, well, then they're going to be guarded. But I mean, think of it this way. You could easily go spend $30 on some cupcakes for the guys that do the work there and say, hey, this is from that customer who's trying to get his van fixed, versus the $4,000 they want you to spend.
Hey, I've been that guy who went off on because of upside down deal on a ride, and dude, if you blow up, it's not the way to solve anything.
Right, because all of a sudden you're the bad guy,
and they could just say, no, I don't give a shit. I don't care.
And keep in mind, Tim, sometimes you just got to find the right person there to talk to. One guy might tell you one thing, the other guy might tell you a completely different thing.
Right. Somebody there hasn't had good oral sex performed on them.
Okay. I'll try that, and I'll let my wife know too.
Oh yeah, you better let her know.
Yeah, he's all, honey, I got the van fixed, but I had to suck a dick.
Start practicing.
Right on, man.
Good luck, man.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah. Bye. He's like, I should have bought the cupcakes.
Hello, Larry Uncensored. Hello.
Who's this?
Are you there?
Caller, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
My name's Alex.
Alex, do you have a question for Andrew?
Yes, I do, Larry.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question as far as I'm getting kicked out of my place because it has some mold, and I was wondering if I could do anything about that, because my son's been living with me for the past 3 years, and when we rented it, the landlord stated nothing of the mold issue, and now he's kicking us out.
So Alex, you said you're getting kicked out because of the mold. Tell me what's going on.
So I contacted my landlord to try to fix the mold issue before.
Sure.
And he sent someone out there to look at it, and I guess the damage is really extensive in this net, because it's in the bathroom, the kitchen.
Yeah, that's dangerous stuff too.
Yeah, it is. It's black mold, and it seems like it's pretty.
How long have you been there?
For 3 years.
Have you seen a doctor? Make sure you didn't get any
mold spores
or anything. Yeah.
No, I haven't actually seen a doctor. I was barely made aware of this about a couple months ago when my next door neighbor, who's been there since '96, came and told me that the house might have some mold, because it's actually a duplex, and so the guy upstairs too has been living there for about 5 to 6 years.
Sure.
And he says he has some issues.
So are you looking to get out of the lease, or what are you looking to do?
Well, I want to see if I could take him to court as far as not mentioning any of the mold.
You've got a claim. We've helped people out on these before, Alex.
Oh, really?
Your best bet, like Larry brought up last call, is first off, approach the landlord, say this is the problem. It sounds like you've started to do that. See if he's willing to do anything.
Well, that's what kind of got me kicked out. Is it seems like he doesn't want to. It seems like he wants to do like a quick fix and then re-rent it to somebody else.
Right, somebody who doesn't know about it, put some paint on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at that point, your best bet is if you, and Tom was asking if you've got any health issues from it. You should get checked out, and you may have a potential personal injury.
Right. Have your kids checked out too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anybody that was exposed to over it. You said you've had your son there for the last 3 years.
And I think generically the mold will affect your respiratory system. So you got any thing going on with your respiratory system. Go get it checked out.
Yeah, I think I kind of do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the pot. No, I'm kidding. No. So I mean, so then what does he want to do? I mean, like, so the landlord is telling you that you have to vacate because of the mold.
Yeah, pretty much. He says that the damage is too extensive, so he has to go and fix it, and so it requires him to kick me out.
I've been living here.
Right. It's like you should have fixed it before.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Well, that's the thing. My neighbor who is, like I said, lived there since '96 for 20 years. I guess the place was vacant for about 3 years before I actually moved in. So, and then I guess so, and I like when I live there, and you can see all the patches and stuff. So none of the drywall's actually ever been replaced, but it sounds like it's quite.
Yeah, I would definitely look at finding another place, Alex.
Well, we actually already did. We already moved out, but I still have another 16 days, so I'm technically supposed to be out.
Sure.
And so I'm just looking at what I can do, because I called the city of Longmont, because I actually live in Longmont, and I was trying to have them go and inspect it, but they said they wouldn't really close it down or anything if I didn't have any.
I mean, you
proof.
can look at filing either a small claims or county court action for whatever you've paid him while you were there.
Okay.
You know that it breaches a warranty of habitability.
Okay.
And you know you have an argument that whatever monthly payments you've made, you shouldn't have paid.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or you should have paid less than you were paying.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to use one of my son's room, the room I originally intended for my son. I wasn't really able to use that one because the smell was just horrendous in that room.
What you may want to do is kind of total up what you've paid out in rent.
Okay.
And give me a call at the office, and I can walk you through maybe some of your options as far as small claims or county court.
Okay, and what's your phone number?
303.
Okay.
863-9398.
9398.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his name's Andrew. It's Sandomire and Schwartz.
Yeah. Sandomire and Schwartz.
Yeah. And Sandomire and Schwartz.
Oh, Sandomire and Schwartz. Okay.
Yeah, but you want to ask for Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
All right, man.
Hey, good
Andrew, thank you for taking care of our callers and stuff, dude. That's so nice of you. I mean, you don't have to do that. You're busy enough. I know you're like one of the busiest people I know. So, but for you to take on our listeners, that's awesome.
Oh,
so
no, super cool.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, we should work something out. Like you should come on like on a regular basis, and then people would get used to it.
I'm totally down.
Well, and because I used to watch like they do this at Channel 9. They'd be like, this week we have a bunch of attorneys in. Right, for sure. And I was like, that's such a great idea, because sometimes you just need to ask an attorney before you need to know that you should pursue it or not. You know what I mean?
Sure. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
See, I keep wanting to say with Sandomire. Sandomire and Schwartz, sanslaw.us and 303-863-9398. That's the number if you need help.
Yeah, that's awesome that you came down. And dude, thank you for helping me my last couple times. I am trying to consciously be a better driver. And it's hard because I think everybody has the mentality of, ooh, there's a little opportunity, I can move up.
No, we've been through this. It was like I was that way until I went to a lawyer like forever ago and was 1 point away from losing my license.
Oh, yeah.
Ever since then, I've been adjusting to everything about where I live. He says, you drive like a grandma. So you can't keep up with me. It's like, no, I drive the speed limit, and I've learned that you can't be that guy trying to play NASCAR. Because
I know, and I do.
By an undercover car.
Exactly.
That's
and now
exactly
I'm a
right.
center laner.
Oh yeah.
So sad.
Stay in the center lane.
Right. Especially like, by the money revenue stream that is 225.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I couldn't imagine how much they make off of that. Just that little strip right there as you get on the I-70.
Right. It's kind of between the Aurora Mall and like Colfax or whatever. Yeah, it's like the cha-ching. So yeah, like again, give up the number again. Wait.
It is 303-863-9398, sanslaw.us, Sandomire and Schwartz.
And you heard Andrew. He was like so nice and willing to go above and beyond and help people that aren't even officially his clients. But that's the kind of people that you're dealing with there. And they're thorough, and they have just the best intentions for you, and they have the tools that can make your life less
the morning
stressed.
show of attorneys, like you said.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
We can only wish. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, dude. Hey, and then we ordered pizzas from Marco, so let's go eat.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And
guys.
thank you everyone that's streaming. We're gonna do this every week, so 12 to 1. So thanks again. LarryUncensored.com. Check it out. New website.